this is SME TV and I'm your host, Angela Vithulkis. And this is our 5 in 5 show. That's 5 tips in 5 minutes from our experts, plus a little bit about them too. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can support us and all SMEs, and you can share, like, and comment. Now, today we're going to ask how to write compelling messaging and compel your offers. Joining us today with his 5 tips is Nikhil Regani, principal of Shot of Copy. Copy. I said I was going to do it. I did do it. Welcome, Nikhil.
Thanks, Angela. Thanks for having me.
Okay, you've opened your agency now since 2009.
Yeah.
And it's Shot of Copy.
That's right.
Great. Okay, we stand corrected because it's your coffee cup branding. And as you said when we spoke off air before, was you were standing around thinking about your branding and what were you going to call it, what was it going to look like, and you were drinking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't know that a few years down the track that would confuse me.
Didn't take that into account. So sorry for that, Angela.
All right. Well, let's assume that you didn't really worry about that. But moving on, you have been professionally writing since 2001. You're a published author. You've worked for government ministers, writing campaigns. You've started your own business since 2009, as we mentioned. Now, give us some examples of the results that you've achieved for your clients with compelling messages.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. So I've worked with a number of different clients across corporate as well as small and medium enterprise and
Sure.
as well. So some of the results I've got is I've taken organisations that have been in the red for 5 months and turned around their profitability to get them into the black in less than 6 weeks. I have done that, through copywriting and the associated activities with that. I have reactivated database, generated 92 strategy calls, not just leads, not just inquiries, but strategy calls overnight, which resulted in 30 sales, closing at $14,000 a piece.
Yep.
So that was around $430,000 worth of revenue in a month, just from that one single email. I have helped clients in test mode who send out an email to their test list, generating 3 sales, not sales calls, not anything like that, but actual 3 sales at $18,000 a piece.
So
Conversion, yeah.
So what we're saying is you can see the results. You know what results happen when you write a compelling message.
Absolutely.
With the offer, in conjunction with the offer. So you know that you can get results from that. And that's why it's an important thing to highlight.
Yes, absolutely.
Because SMEs love tangible results.
That's what this is all about.
we love to know that if we do something and we do it correctly, that we will get what we are all searching for, which is more sales.
More sales. Exactly. And that's what copywriting's about. Yeah.
All right. Now, the clock's going to start.
Okay.
We're here for 5 in 5.
Okay.
And you've got 5 tips on how to write compelling messaging and offers. Tip 1, never write an edit as you go.
So never write an edit as you go. This is a big one because most people, they try to write and they're trying to correct as they go. That's a bit of a no-no because it'll double your time. So the way to do this is understand that writing is a creative process. You've got to let those creative juices flow. Whereas editing, which is correcting it, is actually an analytical process. So one's left brain, the other one's right brain. You can't do 2 of those simultaneously. So my suggestion is brain dump, get all your creative juices out.
Yep.
Write, set yourself on fire, then take a break, come back maybe half an hour, 45 minutes later, get into analytical mode and go and correct all those little bits. And then you've got some awesome copy because the mind can't switch between the 2 simultaneously.
So are we putting too much pressure on ourselves to get it right as we're typing rather than just relaxing, focusing on just keep writing, get it all out of your head and then go back?
I think so. And that's part of it because we're taught to try and get things done right the first time round.
Yeah.
But this is a process.
In a perfect world, right?
In a perfect world, yeah.
In a perfect world. All right, tip 2, start with an emotive headline and tone.
So the headline is the hardest part to write.
Yes.
And what most people...
I feel that pressure a lot.
Most journalists also feel that pressure as well, right? So the headline is the one thing that's going to catch your audience's attention. So you want to spend a fair bit of time doing that. I recommend for most people what they do is they write 21 headlines. Again, it's that brainstorming creative process, right? Get it out of your head. Truth of the matter, while you write 21 headlines down, probably your first 15 are probably going to be really type headlines, right? But as you write that headline, what you're going to find is that those creative juices will flow. but a compelling, powerful headline which grabs people's attention will set the tone for the rest of your content and copy as it comes along.
Right. So
a lot of people try to do the headline at the end.
Yes.
Then the headline and the content doesn't match.
And I find though do you find that when people sit down to write a headline, they get confused about what a headline is and they might make it too long?
A lot of people do. Yeah. So what you want to do is make it short, make it to the point, and make it benefit driven. Like what's in it for your customer, right? What's in it for them? So tell them what they're going to get by going through your sales copy or going through on your webpage or your blog article. Tell them what they're going to get, what they're going to get. It could be make more money in this next 5 minutes. It could be as simple as up your sales with these 3 simple tips. Simple. Don't make it hard for them. Make it clear, make it compelling. Do the headline first, and that'll set the tone for the rest of your article.
So if you're already focusing on a compelling headline, chances are it's going to be even more successful.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll keep the rest of your content in line.
All right. Tip 3, always have an offer and a call to action.
Yeah, this is a big one, because sometimes what you'll find is when people go out there to write copy, they get so carried away in what they've got, they forgot to actually tell the people what to do, and they forget to actually make their offer. And this is quite common. You think, well, isn't this common sense? Actually, it's a lot more common a mistake. So always have an offer. Know why you're writing what you're doing, and make sure that you plant seeds of that all the way through your copy. Okay, so drop little hints that you're going to make an offer. At the end, tell them, I'd like you to buy this, this service, this product, this widget, whatever it may be. If you'd like to do that, take an action. It could be subscribe to my newsletter list. It could be, buy now. It could be, book in for a call, whatever it is, but you've got to be able to tell them what to do, and it could be tell them what you're selling.
Do you find that it's a very common mistake when people think that they're just writing something and they forget, they know what the offer is, they know what the call to action is, but they haven't actually expressed that in what they're writing, and then they wonder why it doesn't convert to anything? It's
very common. You'll see that even in Facebook ads. You'll see that in LinkedIn articles. You'll even see that on TV ads. There's a lot of TV ads out there where they're talking about a product, but they don't tell you what it costs. They don't tell you what packages come with it. They don't tell you how they can get it. There's a lot of those issues there.
So they even big companies that advertise on TV could actually, in fact, get that wrong.
They do get it wrong most of the time. Yeah.
So if they do, yeah. So it's interesting though when it's a simple message. Articulate your call to action.
Call to action, yeah.
Articulate that. It's a simple message, but often it is the hardest thing to do if you don't do it.
If you don't do it, yeah, you'll wonder why haven't you got sales, but it's something that's simple. Yeah.
You'll be wondering a long time. Tip 4, make your call to action clear.
Yeah. It needs to be clear. So you need to say exactly what you want your reader or your audience to do. So it doesn't matter whether it's a Facebook ad or a TV ad or even a radio ad. You need to be very clear what you want them to do. Call now and get your free XYZ, or click here and register for this upcoming event. You need to tell them. So be clear, but be directive. People are now used to being conditioned to be told what to do.
Yeah. Well, they like to know why they're there.
Yeah.
If they've spent time looking at something or reading something or listening to something, or in our case, watching something, they want to be very clear in why they're there.
That's right.
What is the whole purpose of it? And if that's an offer of some kind or a call to action of some kind, if they don't know that result, then you haven't articulated.
You haven't articulated it.
Yeah, you haven't articulated. Again, there should be almost one tip that's recurring all the time. Tip 5, create an offer stack.
Okay. So an offer stack is, a lot of people may not understand what this is. So let me do a quick explanation.
Sure.
Usually when we go out to sell something, we might say, hey, buy my services or buy my product. What we want to do is actually create a series of a package which contains a series of things inside them. For example, if you're going out to sell a service, a coaching package, for example, or a consulting package, you might want to add into there other things that your client might find valuable. It could be a series of ebooks. It could be an extra training. It could be some video content, something that will help them. There's a rule in advertising and in copywriting which says the person who invests the most into the customer acquisition process will get the customer. Most people think that means who spends the most advertising dollars, but actually you can also invest it in terms of value. So if you sell something which is $10 of value, but you stack it full of $100 worth of value, all of a sudden your $10 goes further. So
is that a value add thing?
It's a value add thing. Yeah.
Right. So I'm selling steak knives. I've got 6 of them, but guess what? I'm also going to give you a colander.
Wow. Now that makes it much more valuable.
And then because you've got extra things.
Yeah, that's right. And if you sell them, a pack of steak as well, that they can barbecue with their new barbecue tongs that they're also going to get. Now all of a sudden for $10, it's like, wow.
So is this the part where you say, but wait, there's more?
But wait, there's more.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's the tip. But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Packaging, put more in there. Have a stack, literally. Have a stack as part of your offer.
That's exactly it.
Okay. Well, that's very important. We've had 5 tips in 5 minutes, probably a little bit less, I think. But I really do want to re-highlight, Nikhil, and focus on never write and edit as you go. Because I think that's the big stumbling block when people sit down to write their own compelling messages.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go on that a little bit more.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah. So most people, when they're writing, they encounter something called writer's block. Okay.
Most of us, yeah.
Yeah, most people do. Here's what it is. I don't believe writer's block exists.
Okay.
I think it's because people are trying to get it perfect. Okay. When you go for perfection, you end up procrastinating, and that's what writer's block really is. So just a bit of a breakdown on that. So my suggestion is when you're going out there to write, doesn't matter what you write, just dump it out there. The idea is not to get perfect. It's just to get it out of your head. Okay. The process of perfection comes from editing. Right? So just get it out of your head. You won't get writer's block. It doesn't matter where you start. Write it in the middle of the page and then draw little star diagrams and mind maps and do whatever you have to do just to get the ideas out of your head, because that's the creative process, right? That's the creative process. Once you've got it out of your head, once it's nice and easy out of your head, take a break, come back, look at it with fresh eyes. It could be the next day, it could be a couple of weeks later, it doesn't really matter, but come back to it with a fresh perspective. And then when you're editing, you can correct, you can take things out, you can put things in, because you've not only then processed it at a conscious level, but you've let it kind of percolate at an unconscious level too.
And that's why usually it's 2 different people that do that job.
That's exactly why it's 2 different people.
Right. And edit, because it's, as you've said before, it's 2 sides of the brain that one side works with one area and one side works with the other area, which clearly is why it's a 2-person job sometimes. But given that most of our SMEs are probably going to do the job themselves, unless they hire someone for it, it's important to understand that you're not going to be able to create and edit at the same time.
That's exactly.
There's no need for that extra pressure.
No.
Of everything else.
Chill out, take a cup of coffee and
chill out. Yeah, I find that is actually the greatest advice you can give when you are trying to be creative. It's relax.
It is, yeah.
It's relax. But if you've left everything to the last minute, you're unlikely to be able to do that. Thank you very much for sharing your 5 tips today with us.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks.
And letting our SMEs know that it's not that hard if you follow a process.
That's it. Just follow the process and trust that it works.
To our viewers and our listeners, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can support us and all SMEs, and you can share, like and comment and see lots of other great tips from all our other experts. A huge thank you to our SME Association for making all of this possible and believing in us. And if you have any other tips that you would like to share, you can reach us. news@smea.org.au, and we're across all the socials. Thank you very much, Nikhil. We'll catch you again.
Great. Thanks for having me, Angela. Bye.
Thank you.